3.5, 4 months out in the wilderness, we were lucky to have a 50-pound pack. We'd come out of resupply 80 pounds, 125 pounds, I kid you not. Good morning, how you doing? This is day 98 of the Outside Freak Challenge. I'm Z, this is the Outside Freak channel. This is a video I've wanted to make for a long time. The good, the bad, and the ugly of ultralight. Yes, I started hiking back in the 70s. Got hip to ultralighting around 2004. And then I hiked the PCT in 2005, 2006, and 2007. Pretty much ultralighted. Not ultralighted, but from lightweight to ultralight, depending on the section. There are good things, there are bad things, and there are really ugly things about ultralighting. Now, when I first started ultralighting, it was the days of the A Day Zero down at Morena Lake, and I had the opportunity to talk with and hike with the likes of Glenn Van Pesky, I hope I'm saying those names right, Ron Monk or Mosk, or yeah, the Six Moons guy. Got to speak with him, and a lot of the other folks of that era. Warner Springs Monty, Meadow Mary, Billy Goat, those were the popular folks at the time. I went by the trail name of Pygmy. I also went by the trail name of Bruce Ree. So, anyway, the good. Well, the good is obvious. Lightweight. Man, if you can get your pack down to 10 pounds or less, Extra Ultralight channel, he's got his pack weight down to 4.5 pounds down there with Warner Springs Monty, I think, has a 4-pound base weight. Yeah, it's like not having any weight on your back at all. That's wonderful. And so you can hike faster if you wanted to. You can hike more leisurely if you wanted to. You can climb easier. It's just pretty evident. Having a lightweight backpack, there's nothing like it. If you've never had it, you should at least try it and open yourself up to the addiction of ultralighting. and that's about it. I mean, I really can't think of anything else, but that's a big thing, right? Not carrying a lot of heavy weight when you're backpacking. Man, and Knowles, I did a winter Knowles course, 3.5, 4 months out in the wilderness. We were lucky to have a 50-pound pack. We'd come out of resupply 80 pounds, 125 pounds, I kid you not. Getting my base weight down to, I think at the time, I think my complete weight was about 15 pounds. I didn't own a scale at the time, so... And if you, don't get one of these scales off Amazon. These kind of suck, especially if you're using it for what I'm using it for, which is weighing things. It doesn't give you ounces, it's only in kilograms and pounds. So this is 0.2 kilograms. I have no idea. This is a Gossamer gear. I have not been able to find out what model this is. It has no pockets except for one big back pocket, no mesh, no sleeves to put anything. The idea was to fill up the hip and shoulder pads with gear, but the Velcro on there would just shred your gear, so that was just a horrible idea. But this is the lightest pack I own. This is also considered an ultralight. This is like, what, maybe an ounce or two or so? I don't know how many. This is ridiculously light. This is lighter than like a jacket, okay? Then there's the 2.5 pound ULA circuit. This is a classic. Both of these were bought around 2005 or so. And I'm, still using them. I had to patch them up. And now we get into the bad. Ultralight gear is fragile, and it's usually made of like sil poly or sil nylon or some other sort of material that's hard to fix and repair. I'm using tenacious tape or some sort of cloth tape to repair the strain points here. So yes, fragile. And another bad thing, might even be considered ugly, but I'd just say it's bad, is that you may find yourself under prepared. You can't carry a lot of gear, so you're going with just the essentials, right? And sometimes you run into situations, especially if you get lost and you're spending more time on trail than you had packed for, or if bad weather happens, or if an injury happens. Chances are, if you're ultralight, you don't have the necessary things. So that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. Another bad, this is superficial. A lot of this comes in blue. Why this blue? I don't know. Yeah. So that's the bad. Yeah. And then now let's get to the ugly. And after I do this video, I want to come up with like 50 good, bads, and uglies. But right now, I think I'm just hitting the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg of each one. The ugly is the disposability. Now, I say that, but I've had these packs for like 20 years now. So maybe they're not as disposable as I, thought. But there is still, like, if I had used this would be unusable. The reason why both of these packs are still around, because they hardly got any use. I bought them for my girlfriend at the time. Yeah. Girlfriends at the time. Yeah. And I pretty much used my Mariposa, that first gen Mariposa, and then my Granite Gear my Granite Gear Ozone. That's what it's called. In fact, I really, really like the Granite Gear Ozone. It's maybe about 2 pounds or so. I'd probably use that the most. I have also, when I went into the Sierras in May, I knew there was, chest-high snow. I knew I was going to be post-holing. I knew I was going to have to do a long haul. So I actually had my Kelty Tioga frame pack. That's right. And I loved it for that section. It probably saved my life because I had a bad time going in Yosemite in May. That is the good, the bad, and the ugly of ultralight. It's sort of just fair warning, right? And am I going to continue doing ultralight? Yes. I have a quiver, way more than these two bags. I've got a good amount of bags to choose from. And that's what I would suggest. If you're going to go ultralight, take advantage of it and do it where you can. But also know when it's time to start getting a more substantial pack, or maybe even, maybe not an external Kelty Tioga, but at least an internal frame pack that, carries a good amount of weight and supplies sufficiently. If you have a full quiver of backpacks, then you'll always be ready for the occasion. All right. Hey, I hope this helps somebody out there. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, comment, and all that nonsense. And yeah, I'll see you on the live stream coming up in a couple more days on Thursday at 12 noon California time. Live stream celebrating my 100 days out here in the wilderness. I'll see you then.